Alright, what's going on, guys? Trev back again, here to bring you another video. This one's going to be doing another Q&A video for today. Sort of comic book series, also TV series as well. This one going to be giving my thoughts on the Here's Negan Part 4 and the reveal for Negan's wife's name and, of course, the usual. Walking Dead. Oh, this one's really cool, man. So heads up, guys, for spoilers. If you don't want to know the details, then you may want to pick up your own copy of Here's Negan Part 4 in the Image Plus previews and the image previews for this month. Of course, a new issue for Walking Dead coming out on Wednesday, so really excited for that. There's a preview page for it as well, too, on thewalkingdead.com, so check it out where you have Beta, and he finds out about what's going on with Alpha. So, yeah, really cool, man. So definitely check that out, guys, if you haven't seen it. Really excited. Every issue of The Walking Dead I always get really excited for. But now we have the Image Plus previews as well, too, with the Here's Negan, which sometimes I almost wonder, like, which one am I more excited for? Here's Negan or the regular? Of course, regular Walking Dead, you get more at once, so it's something to probably look forward to more. But I love to see Negan's backstory, and I'm really glad they did it. And I think they should do more stuff like that with The Walking Dead. Do like a spin-off, but they'll have to probably get another artist because Charlie Adlard, of course, he can only do so much. So, maybe they can find somebody to kind of mimic his artwork or something like that. I've seen there's some pretty good artists out there that can take, another artist's work and do something at least similar, to it. And maybe they can find somebody to do that. That'd be great. I'd love to see it. So here's Negan Part 4, major spoilers. So we find out, and I'll put the link in the description to a YouTube video which contains it from Prime Matrix 1986, and he just goes through it so you can see it. Next best thing to being able to read it yourself or download it or something. And I don't see anywhere online you can buy it. Otherwise, I would link to purchase it. But I've asked Skybound and they didn't reply. So I don't know if they're going to include a way for us to buy it online for people who don't always get a chance to go to the comic shops. So Negan's wife it is revealed as she turns into her zombie form that her name was Lucille. Oh man, I mean, it's like you didn't see it coming. How could you miss it? How could you not see it coming? Right? We do predictions all the time. It's like we wouldn't think that, right? David Welch said, "Trev, it's been confirmed, and here's Negan that Lucille is named after Negan's wife in Part 4. What is your opinion about this?" I love it, dude. So thanks for the message, David, because I'm not always keen on the release dates for the Image Pluses and that. And I didn't know Part 4 was actually out until you messaged me that. So thank you. Man, really, really cool. Check it out, you guys, like I said. And yeah, that's deep for the character. I mean, we look at Negan and Lucille and that, and where the bat gets his name from and everything. Well, it's named after his wife. And some people also were saying in Q&A, Trev, do you think that Negan might like Alpha because she reminds him of his wife who had cancer, losing the hair and everything, and maybe there's some similarity there, some transference there with regards to her look. And I think that's a good insight as well, too. Of course, now we know that Negan has done something to her, obviously. So Alpha, that is. So it's not... it's not like he really did fall in love with her at first sight. Maybe he did, but he's not going to let that change what he's going to do. It's Negan after all. So, man, I just love it. I think it adds a lot to the character. Just kind of us have a feeling for it, us understanding where Negan's coming from. The Here's Negan series has been amazing. And I think Negan is quickly becoming one of Kirkman's best characters. I mean, we don't have like a Here's Rick or something. I mean, The Walking Dead is Rick's story, but a lot of the other characters, I'd love to see their backstories and stuff, and him releasing this for Negan is like, he's so much better than the Governor, I want to say, as a character, and they've just done, man, Kirkman's writing is incredible. He's just done a great job of really fleshing out some of the villains, and Negan, he's done better than anybody else, so... really cool, man. Negan, I'll probably do my top 10 favorite comic book characters for Walking Dead updated, because that really needs an update after the last year or two. And Negan's got to be up there near the top. He's like top 3 at this point. Because he's so fun, man. And even if you don't like him, like, you can love to hate him too, right? So it's just, he's so much fun, dude. And we'll do the usual, a few more questions from you guys, the usual kind of stuff. John Snow Rules said, "Hey, Trev, my question is, when we see Negan banging on the gate with Lucille, is that our little pig moment from the comics? Also, what episode do you think that takes place in?" I would guess probably episode 2. So it's a great guess. I think it's actually going to be in the premiere, I think. And it looks cool when you see Negan knocked. So again, you just the continued focus on Negan, man. It's just crazy. And even the Entertainment Weekly cover, it's like the Batman Returns, and Negan's got his bat. So it's just, oh man, so brilliant what Kirkman has done with Negan. And I think he will be paying Rick and the others a visit right off the bat this season. So it should be great. Callum444 said, "We should have made a deal with them when we had a chance." So based on this quote, do you think Spencer is being set up for a storyline this season? So something. And I think so. And it'll be interesting to see if they change what happened during this part with Spencer in the TV series version, or they keep it the same. So far, it looks like they're going to keep it the same from what we've seen so far. So whatever's happening with Spencer, those of you guys who've read the comic book series, those of you who haven't, it's cool. I try to keep it as spoiler free as possible. I try to dance around it a little bit with my language I'm using, so that at this point you can probably guess what happens to Spencer. But I think they're going to keep it the same. That's my prediction. We'll see, but it looks like it's going to be kept the same based on that, and I think you're absolutely right. Walking Dead, the user name is just Walking Dead. Trev, have you played the Telltale's Walking Dead video game? So not really. There's people have been asking me to kind of review that or get more into that for years. And I try to, but it takes away from video production time when I love to hang out with you guys, do the Q&As and do the videos and stuff. And people are asking me to do other stuff like more Mr. Robot reviews and stuff, which I want to do. But time is always a consideration. The video game is, it takes a while to play it through. It takes a good number of hours, and eventually I may have time to do it completely, because some people swear it's better than the comic book series. Like, some people really love the Walking Dead game, and it's won awards and all that, so you can see that. It's not like they're just saying that and there's nothing behind it. It has won awards for Game of the Year and stuff like that for the previous episodes they do, which is really cool. And I did play the first little bit of with Lee, but then I kind of dropped off just because the amount of time it was taking and everything. Guide0345 says, "Another Q&A for you, Trev. Who do you think Shiva will eat first, Trevor or Dwight?" And I think he means Stephen Ogg's character, or Dwight. And that's a good question. I wanted to include it because it's going to be interesting how they use Shiva, because we know she's CG. So it's going to be tricky for them to, I guess if they're going to have her eat somebody, either way it would have to be CG, unless you get Nicotero to create a dummy and you stuff it with something the tiger might be interested in, if they did a practical tiger. But with the CG, it might be a little tricky. And if you see some of the scenes with Ezekiel in the trailer when he's out on runs and stuff, you don't see Shiva with him unless she's in the back of the trunk or something. I don't know. But you don't see her there. So that's going to be a little tricky to see her traveling around in that and see how that goes. But they have to include some sequences with the tiger, and they have to use her in some way. Maybe you've got it, man. Maybe she'll eat Stephen Ogg's character. That'd be great. His name's not Trevor. Trevor was his name in the Grand Theft Auto game for his character, which is fun. So it's like your question: who are they going to die first? Stephen Ogg's character or Dwight? I almost want to go with Stephen Ogg's character. I think so. I think he'll be killed off before Dwight. I'd be surprised if he outlived Dwight. Wouldn't you guys? Write your comments below. Let me know what you think. We'll just do a couple more. Jaden Chapman says, Q&A. Do you think Dwight will switch sides like he did in the comics personally? Because he's already switched sides once in the TV series, right? It seemed like he was with Daryl there, and then boom, he went back. And then he says, personally, I don't think he will. Ashton McDowell said that was what he said, and then it was replied to by Jaden. He said, it just seems impossible for him and Daryl to coexist at this point. Both great comments, I think, and I agree with Jaden for sure that it would seem weird. What if Dwight? How could this? Some people think maybe that could be, but how could they do it? How could they have Dwight feel especially if he's torturing Daryl and stuff and doing stuff like that? How can they redeem him and have him switch sides back to the good guy side and have him and Daryl get along? I guess they could do it. it wouldn't feel that natural, though, that Daryl would forgive him for it and just be like, oh, yeah, you're cool, and not like shoot him with an arrow when he turns around or something. Because Dwight has screwed him over a couple times now. And, Dwight's not a good guy. He is a bad guy one way or another. He does have low empathy. When he stole from Daryl, that was low empathy. And that's what evil is. Evil is not feeling empathetic towards others. So you step on them, right? You steal from them. That's what Dwight does. You screw him over. You shoot him in the back, whatever. Low empathy. That's that you can break down evil as simply, if you want to having low empathy for other people, and Dwight does. Dwight doesn't seem to care really, for what he has to do, and they're going to make it try to be relatable this season, or try to dive into his motivations and stuff for what he does, and it'll probably redeem him a bit, but I don't think it'll bring it all the way back 100%. Too far gone. Next one's from Andrew Monroe. He says, hey Trev, if the show makes it to the Whisperers and all that, do you think they will have Negan get flashbacks of his past now that it is getting revealed in the Here's Negan image previews? Thanks for the videos and keep up the great channel. So thanks, Andrew. Will do. I think we will see some of Negan's backstory in the TV series for sure. We kind of have to. Because also, like, if you look at you want to talk about relatable and having someone's motivations make sense. When you find out the bat's name was Lucille, you find out how much Negan, loved his wife. Yeah, loved his wife, even though he wasn't that faithful and stuff, and he wasn't a great husband. Still, you know that. He would have, and it's a tragic kind of start for him, and it kind of explains a lot of his behavior later on. And he's really not that bad. He doesn't just wipe out whole groups like the governor does. He doesn't really do that. He just has created a system in which to employ others, like a boss, basically. He becomes a forceful leader. So it's, I don't know. It's kind of tricky. It's definitely, he definitely doesn't feel empathy sometimes. So sometimes he is evil for sure. But, man, he's a great character. A lot of fun to read and to talk about. So write your comments below. Let me know what you guys think about all of that. More Negan talk again, because Negan's so amazing. And if you guys like the video, as usual, please thumb it up. You can share, you can favorite. And if you're new and you want to subscribe, bottom left is subscribe. That's it for this video. See you guys again real soon for another. As always, it's Trev, and I'm saying peace. Later, guys. See ya.
You better subscribe.